Good morning. It's Monday, November 28th, and that means two things. You have to toast the inside of the bread to get a really good turkey sandwich. And it is time for the lighting industry news brief. This week we are brought to you by Keystone Technologies X-Fit Vapor Tights. These are durable lighting solutions for the most rugged spaces. They are rated IP65 for wet locations, impact-resistant polycarb lenses, 50,000 hour lifetime on those LEDs, and powered by the ever-reliable Keystone driver. That is light. That is vapor tight, made easy. Into the news, Nailed welcomes two new members. ETI and Lighting Assessor have joined as vendor members. We have a reminder that to update your DLC requirements to 5.1, cutoff dates are coming. The IES has approved 7 new standards, recommended practices for office, UV hazards, sports facilities, healthcare spaces, measuring far UV, video conference rooms, and security lighting available right now as part of your IES library. We have the deadline for the railway strike shifting. It's now December 9th until workers have to agree or do their thing. The DOE is funding grid improvements for expansion and modernization. It's about $13 billion on the table right now. Visual Comfort sets up shop in South Carolina with a $60 million distribution center. Schools aren't spending any money on UV tech. Only 38 out of 5,004 school district surveys are planning on UV projects right now. Dialight's revenue is up 35% last quarter compared to last year. Orion's CEO buys shares, about 9,500 shares for about $400,000. Valmont's executive vice president is selling his shares. Aaron Shaper has completed a $635,000 transaction. Lucheco has set a dividend at 2 cents per share. Sales are down at Orion. Q3 Cleantech has a 66% increase in revenue over last year. Southwire has new aims for sustainability, including mostly packaging related, but some end-of-life material reclamation ideas. Modern Verve, a boutique lighting company, celebrates its 10th anniversary. We've got a few updates from Wild. We have mentors and mentees have until the 30th to apply for that mentorship program. The Willa Awards are open for nominations until the 31st of January, and their new board has been confirmed after their elections. Legrand has been named to the list of world's best employers by Forbes magazine. Paralight is setting up an IGBT power device packaging line in China. LEDs still have a place in Li-Fi, according to OLEDcom. Lasers won't be the only option for light communication as lasers get better. And Designing Lighting, the magazine, is now global. Or it has a global spin-off. In legal briefs, coffer thieves in Annabelle, Texas have struck a Little League baseball field, and a local electrician has already volunteered to replace that for free. Ain't that nice of him? In events and webinars, we have a complete 2023 calendar of trade shows and conference thanks to Inside.Lighting. We have a bit of an IoT update in that the most recent update to GE Savant's Sync dimmers is that it turns them into bricks. User complaints are circulating a bit faster than a patch right now. Keep an eye on that. Energy Savings has partnered with Tribe, a new alliance for connected devices in Canada. Georgia is sounding an alarm on Smart Hub security. They've got an app with a 90% attack success rate. Sony has a new low power cell chip, the lowest power chip for 5G IoT. Microsoft has spotted a vulnerability in industrial IoT with an SDK problem that may have been behind India's energy sector attack last year. And D4i is extending DALI 2 to drivers and sensors. And Zoracom celebrates their 5 millionth connection by seeking indexing on the Nikkei. That's the Tokyo Stock Exchange. We have, in recommended reading, 5 questions for Forrest Flager. We have Human-Centric Tech from the Impact Council. How efficient are we really? Scott Wachter, who's that guy, explaining the relationship between light and health. We have 3 steps to more resilient infrastructure. We have smart warehouses and the circular economy. We have IoT for the cannabis industry. We have manufactured homes needing improvement in energy use. Smart homes making us feel dumb. 5G and net zero. We have a video of first-time visitors reacting to a dark sky park. We have recapping IDAs under one sky. We have 2023, the year climate action gets local, the benefits of daylight, a case study relighting the National Museum of the U.S. Army. All these on nail.org, by the way. In market projections, 13% growth for smart office solutions, 116% gains in LED lighting, 11% growth in energy efficient devices, $13 billion for UV LEDs, probably not for schools though. Smart street lighting will reach $8 billion, $24 billion in vertical farming, 11% expansion in smart homes, 4% growth in decorative lighting, and 11% growth in servicing LEDs. In R&D, Tony Esposito would like to remind you that CCT is not a suitable measure for biological effects of lighting. You need to use color spectrometry. Sorry, buds. Deep violet does have antimicrobial properties. This is visible 405. That's purple. Deep purple has some uses as an antibacterial tool. We have the world's smallest gallium nitride laser chip. It's 100 microns long, and it was built by Kyocera. Blue Glass demos a feasible laser diode with reliability improving to 500 hours under lab conditions. We also have a solar panel that generates power from rainfall. This is kinetic energy generation from a cool umbrella thing. And lighting and filters for low vision rehab, improving vision recovery with CCT adjustments and filtered lenses. Cool little study. In dark sky news, we now know that there is no positive effect for blue blocking glasses for night shift security guards. This is a sequel to a study that did the same with night shift nurses. Satellites are getting brighter. Depression, anxiety, and somatic diseases are no longer the main cause of insomnia. It's the color blue. Good news. Circadian rhythm remains an unstudied factor in Parkinson's, and satellite constellations may represent a harm to the environment. Tesla's SpaceX Musk's SpaceX is being dragged in front of the Congressional Accountability Office over this problem. Minneapolis residents are worrying over light pollution in a proposed project, and advocates in Wickenburg, Arizona, react to last week's decision from City Council. In horticultural news, the DLC will be releasing the final version of their horticultural requirements on the 30th with a webinar. Libra Design partners with Volt Server with new DC products available for greenhouses. And People News, Viking Electric announces a new hire and a promotion, and Tom Johnson has been hired at Keystone Tech as a West Coast territory manager. In local news, Charleston, South Carolina will be switching 7,000 streetlights over to LED. Manitoba is cutting utility feeds. Ontario expands dual credit apprenticeship programs. Cape May, New Jersey revises outdoor lighting rules. Brownsville and Brooklyn calls for better lighting. Lubbock Electric Company sold. Wilkes U begins lighting projects. Maryland Utility has created an $18 million fund for exterior lighting improvements. The Ossington School District of New York approves new energy programs. Harrisburg, Virginia is considering some lighting projects. Layton, Pennsylvania will be auctioning off unused fluorescent tubes. They didn't do that before the switch over to LED. Lucas McCurran is doubling its showroom space at the Dallas Market Center. TPG Florida makes $10,000 in charitable donations ahead of the season. Hydro-Quebec partners with private sector updates. And the Laurentian Ski Hill in Ontario goes LED, and Sylvania, Ohio, switching to LED streetlights. The irony is that they'll probably be from Acuity. I'm not funny. In international news, Switzerland's three-step power plan for the winter. Nice, France, outlines their energy policy going forward. Westminster, London, saves 170 historic heritage gas lamps while switching 94 over to LED. We have 13,000 attendees at the Light and LED Expo of India. First one back for them, ain't that something? And Finland will be cutting 40% of street lighting if things don't get better soon. And things you can make: a kinetic sand table, a dim wall clock, a portable laser show, LED eyes to help your toddler learn when to get up. We have hide switches on your lamps. We have homebrew LEDs for circadian alignment, and how to become invisible to LiDAR. Coca-Cola has confirmed that the illuminated trucks will be returning, as well as a bit of a visual trick with there are no red pixels in this TikTok. And the 11th Amsterdam Light Festival will begin on the 1st, and their canals will be lit by light art until the 22nd of January. Until next time, I've been Scott Wachter. Thank you to Nailed, thank you to Keystone, and thank you for listening. Enjoy your week and enjoy the music.
All the speculation on your chest, this isn't any kind of hard times. What if she never had another man? Where's your baby at tonight? I say I'm heading up the industry. She said to take her for a joyride. She wear her favorite plated jewelry, and all I wanna do is lie and tell her I don't care about nobody but I don't care about nobody but you. Solipsism, would it ever matter anyway? You can always glorify the system, but don't expect it to reciprocate. She likes to flatten out a blue gingham summer dress, sitting on the lawn, pushing it around a glass. Press a finger through the glove to the ground, saying, you see the space where time slows down. I don't care about nobody, but I don't care about nobody but you. So there's nothing that she's gotta prove. I'm praying you are everything you own, instead of everything on you. Mostly